This is the week of July 10th through the 16th. We begin on Monday, July 10th, where there is a lot happening here. So much happening on Monday, July 10th. This is like the beginning of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It's very loud, lots happening. We've got, where to begin? First is Mercury, the messenger of the gods, guide of souls to the underworld, the planet of consciousness, communication, and coordination, in the cardinal water sign symbolized by the crab, Cancer, opposing Pluto, the god of death, lord of the underworld, the planet of transformation, in the cardinal earth sign symbolized by the goat, Capricorn. So Mercury is guide of souls to the underworld. Pluto is lord of the underworld. They're both made up of the same all three root symbols: the circle of spirit, the cross of matter, and the crescent of receptivity. This is transforming the way that you communicate to the authority. The authority is Capricorn. Pluto is transformation. Mercury is communication. So transforming the way that you communicate to the authority. Mercury is in Cancer. That's the past. So how did you speak to the authority in your past is now the transformation that you are transforming into being the authority, being the one that is communicating as the authority instead of somebody who is subjugated under somebody else.
When we talk about this, the first place I go to is speaking as an authority. Like, what does that mean? That means in terms of business relationships or personal relationships, having the confidence, just having confidence in yourself and believing that you know what is best for yourself based on what you've learned. And I don't know, I think a lot of it just has to do with self-confidence.
Yes.
And self-worth.
Well, I think that it's about recognizing that does your voice deserve to be heard? Or it could also be, who deserves to receive your ear?
I like that.
Who do you want to listen to? Who is the authority that you're like, this is the person or the people that I want to hear from?
Yes.
Because I see them as knowing more than me and I want to learn from them.
I love that.
Just nurturing yourself through this process.
I think just having a lens of, what it makes me think of, like some sort of like mentorship in some way, like someone to look up to.
Yes. And literally, like, you look at where Mercury is in the chart and it's looking up to Pluto in Capricorn. It's looking up. There it is. And this is right before Mercury transits into the fixed fire sign of Leo, which is symbolized by the lion. So we go from this nurturing place to this very invigorating place where we're opening our heart and speaking boldly, loudly, perhaps as the lion. So part of that is the transformation to authority, how to communicate with authority, how to communicate as the authority so that we can step into our power and speak boldly from our heart. As this happens, this is where values comes in, Ingrid. Is the North Node in
I should have looked
Taurus.
at that. I didn't even notice that was that was there.
Well, you saw it, but you saw it unconsciously. but you didn't register consciously, but unconsciously, that's why you brought up values, and that's what the Taurus, the fixed earth sign symbolized by the bull, the North Node, which is the soul's purpose transiting through Taurus. This is the last week that the North Node is transiting through Taurus. Next week, it moves into Aries. So this is sort of our last opportunity for the next 17 and a half years or so until the North Node gets back to Taurus, where we can really solidify our self-worth and what we value based on what's in our heart and communicating that. This is what's important to me. This is what I value.
We were also talking about how I'm just seeing Virgo here, and I feel like that kind of
Oh,
connects to the beginning of the conversation where it's like being the critic of what we allow in, like who we are
yes.
allowing in. So,
So
yeah.
Virgo,
Yeah,
that's
the
that's
critic, which is
Mars.
sounds harsh, but it's like maybe we need to be critical of the actions we are taking. It's good to be the critic and just
Mm.
take stock of why we're doing what we're doing. Is it working for us? Are we supposed to keep doing it, or are we supposed to be doing it in a different way?
Yes. Okay, I like that. Being critical of your actions in terms of, do my actions reflect my values? I say that I value X, Y, Z, but am I acting in a way that validates what I'm saying?
And then either we need to shift our values or we need to shift our actions. Because last week we talked
Yes.
about this a little bit, where I was like, oh,
Yes.
dancing. It's like, okay, well, are you making time to practice? No.
Mm-hmm.
So either be more realistic and say, like, I enjoy dancing, but it's not a priority, or say it's more of a passion and invest more time in taking classes and taking videos to reflect on yourself. Like, which one is it? You can't have both
Mm-hmm.
and just be disappointed. Living
Mm.
in reality and critiquing like your thought process, which is also kind of
Yes.
Virgo, like the Mercury energy.
Absolutely. Because Mercury rules Virgo. So
Oh my gosh, and there's a Leo line. Oh my goodness.
the Leo, we talked about
The
that
Mercury and
already.
Leo.
That was Mercury and Leo. So
Oh,
Mercury is moving into Leo. Mercury begins transit into Leo, and Mars begins transit into Virgo. So Mercury will be transiting through Leo from today, July 10th, until the 29th. The last time Mercury was in Leo was July 19th to August 3rd of last year. The time before that was July 27th to August 11th of 2021. So think back to those dates and what was occurring in your life for clues on what could be in store for you this time around. For those that were born with key astrological points or planets in Taurus or Scorpio, there could be challenges regarding your conscious mind and your ability to communicate and coordinate during this period, July 10th to the 29th, because that is when Mercury is going to be squaring those planets. Now, Mars is transiting through Virgo from today, July 10th, until August 27th. The last time Mars was transiting through Virgo was July 29th to September 14th, 2021. The time before that was August 17th to October 3rd, 2019. So think back to those dates for clues on what could be in store for you this time around. If you were born with key astrological points or planets in Gemini or Sagittarius, there could be conflicts coming up for you during this period, July 10th to August 27th. So you're going to want to face the challenge rather than hide from it, so that you can move through the energy that's stuck. These challenges may be difficult, may be uncomfortable, but if you're facing it instead of running from it, you have a better opportunity to move through the energy in a positive way. And if you're unsure about what any of this means for you, or if you'd like greater clarity about what it means for you, I encourage you to contact me for a reading at theweeklytransit.com. Shall we move on to Tuesday, Ingrid?
yes, let's.
Okay, so